A joyful welcome to my dear Class 6 children. Today we are going to enjoy a new poem named The Kite by Harry Ben from your Honeysuckle English book. Well, we all love to fly and see kites fly, isn't it? Basically, in this poem, the kite, through the words, the poet Harry Ben creates a beautiful picture of a flying kite. Through the poet's words and imagination, he persuades us to take a minute look into the movement of the kite. Before moving into the detailed explanation of this poem, I just wanted to share a few lessons which I learned from these kites. Each and every part of the kite teaches us some values in our life. The new age kites are not just of the square shape with a triangular tail, but we can see so many varieties of kites like golden kites, dragon kites, fiber kites, eagle kites, train kites, etc. It can teach us a whole lot of life management skills. Kite Festival is a popular festival in India. It takes place during Mahara Sankranti in the month of January. People from different parts of life participate in this festival. The tradition of kite flying is a healthy exposure in the early morning sun. These initial rays are source of vitamin D. Have you ever noticed the way the kite flies or the way it looks when it flies? The way kites fly against the wind is amazing. They don't fly with the wind. Though the harsh wind forces the kite to lose track and move here and there, the kite still manages to maneuver itself using aerodynamic skills. Like that, when the circumstances are against us, we should not lose hope and surrender. Like these kites, we also should not lose our willpower and determination to be successful. The reel of the kite symbolizes family and winter the values. The home, the family provides the reel of energy required to be happy. The next part is the tail of the kite. A kite flies high while the tail swirls behind. The tail gives us the message to leave tracks of the lessons we learned in our life, because there is every chance that some people might be following our path. My dear children, now we move on to the poem and its explanation. The kite. How bright on the blue is a kite when it's new. Children, what does the poet say? The poet says that when the kite is new or during its first flight, it looks beautiful, pretty, vibrant and blue. Here blue refers to the blue bright sky or the clear sky. He says that the kite which flies looks so beautiful, so vibrant and pretty when it is new. Next line, with a dive and a dip, it snaps its tail. Dive means to plunge or to go into the water with a force and softness. Snaps means a cracking sound. Here the poet describes a picture of the kite. He says about the kite, with the swiftness as with the softness in its movement, it creates a snap or a cracking sound in the air. He admires the beauty and movement of the kite. It is so vibrant, so beautiful, so bright, so swift and soft, and looks so beautiful in the clear sky. Children, we'll see the next lines of the poem. Then soars like a ship with only a sail, as over tides of wind it rides, climb to the crest of a gust and pulls, then seems to rest as wind falls. First, we'll see the word meanings. Soars means to fly high. Sail here it means to float in the air. Crest means top of something. Tides means rising and falling waves. Gust means a sudden strong rush of wind. What does the poet say in these lines? The poet says, when the air current or wind is strong, the kite rides on air just like a ship rides on the waves of the ocean. Here the poet compares the kite floating in the air with the ship sailing in the sea. For both, wind is essential to sail. Similarly, when the wind falls, the kite also falls to rest. Children, here I should insist an important value which we should understand from these lines that helps us in our life. Life is as we choose it. Our experiences in life are directly proportional to the choices we make. We should know where and when to fly the kite to be successful. Now we will move on to the next phase of the poem. A new breeze blows and its wings fill and up it goes. Here the poet says that the kite's string is one of the most essential elements in its flying phenomenon. He says that when the thread which is tied to a kite slacks means loosens, the flyer, what does he do? He runs again and holds it back. So the flyer will wait, still a new breeze blows again, and then the kite again it fills its wings with air and make it fly once again. Dear children, we'll see the explanation of the next 6 lines. How bright in the blue is a kite when it's new, but a raggeder thing you never will see when it flaps on a string in the top of the tree. Here again the poet repeats the starting lines of the poem, isn't it? But the difference is that in the first line the poet talks about the beauty, the movement of the kite. But here in the last 4 lines we find the poet mentions that the state of a kite when it is stuck on a tree top and gets ragged, which means it gets torn or tattered, and this worn out, giving it a look which is not liked by anyone. So the look of the kite that was prized in the earlier stanza is all changed as the poem progresses. If we put the whole thing in a nutshell, we can say that at first the poet praises or admires the beauty of the kite and its movement. In the next, he compares its movement with the sail of a ship, which becomes strong with the air current or wind and comes to rest when it falls. Third thing, he gives us the image of a boy or a flyer who flies a kite. He holds the thread when it gets loosened and waits for the next breeze so that the kite can fly high. And finally, the poet gives an image of the kite that's stuck on a tree top, thus looking its beauty and turning itself as old, worn out, tattered kite. My dear children, next we'll discuss about the message that we received from this poem. First thing I wanted to tell you is all that looks beautiful is not always very easy and simple. Sometimes the kite gets prey in the sky in spite of the flyer's best efforts. In the same way, some days are just not ours and things do not work out our way. What do we do next? We should be patient and carry on with our efforts, and at last we can enjoy the sweet of success. The next thing, what do you do when the kite doesn't take off? First try to adjust the balance, isn't it? No matter how beautiful the kite is, if you fail to balance the fitting spars or the string, it won't fly well enough. A kite is as good as the balance and symmetry it maintains. Likewise, when things do not turn out the way you wish it to, try setting the balances right. Otherwise, it is sure we would bang harsh on the ground. Like a kite, one may rise too high in our career, but when the connection with the string called character, attitude and discipline is lost, all the success is likely to dwindle away like a ragged kite. So, life is a series of decisions. We should know where and when to take strong decisions to be a successful person. Children, I hope you understand the poem very well. Now, we'll enjoy a short rhyme on kite. At the end of this video, I have given some questions and answers for your reference. Please note it down. Stay safe and do the given work. Thank you, children.